On the occasion of our 10th anniversary, I want to repledge myself to you. We made several vows to each other on our wedding day, but I don't think either of us really knew what we were getting into. So I'm going to revisit those words, but I'm going to add a little Sermon on the Mount context for you. You have heard that it was said, I, Ted. But I say, that is the most unromantic name around. I could have easily gone with Theo. It's right there in the name, but I went with the quick one-syllable name that I still feel the need to spell for first-time hearers. It is still my name, though, and I'm sticking with it. You have heard that it was said, take you, Caitie. But I say, you're so much more than that. You're the mood of my life, my cuddle butt, my dragonfly. I hardly say Caitie because it is usually my love or babe, or when I'm trying to keep my cool, dear. You've heard that it was said to be my wife. But I say this sounds too simple. It is not a transaction. Taking a wife means having your best friend, the one you want to share every quotidian story with, the one you want to see when you go to sleep and when you wake again in the morning. You are my favorite person on this side of eternity. You have heard that it was said to have and to hold from this day forth, but I say those verbs are far too passive to encapsulate all that this means. How about to cling, to grasp, to hang on to attach, to adhere, to cuddle, to snuggle, to spoon, to clasp? I didn't look at a thesaurus for that. This vow recalls to me Paul's urgent command to forget what is behind and strain towards what is ahead. You are the one I am sticking with, even if when your anxiety or my stress threatens to take us both down. I choose you every night when we go to bed and say I love you, good night. And I forget, relinquish, forsake all that came before you and any others that might try to come. Without end, there is no one else, then, now, or from this day forth. You have heard that it was said, for better, for worse. But I say that's too vague. When our boys are behaving, when you're reading and writing, and I'm physically active and emotionally engaged, I vow to be with you. When our boys are throwing fits and inconsolable, when your depression hits like a tidal wave and you can't even get out of bed, and when my anger boils over and I can't do anything but explode or numb, I vow to be with you. You've heard that it was said, for richer, for poorer, but I say money is the root of all evil, and it too swiftly enters our purview as a barometer for how we're doing in our marriage and our communication. Our marriage is more than money, and I pledge to focus on you, love you, pursue you, and even like you. You are mine no matter what, and I won't let money get in the way of that. You've heard that it was said, in sickness and in health, but I say that this is more than about physical wellness. We've had our fair share of bodily sicknesses over the years, and by fair share, I mean you get sick more often, but when I get sick, I complain more. But this goes to spiritual health, mental health, emotional health. And it is hard to think of a time when we've both had health in all of those categories at the same time. Whether we are anxious, depressed, far from God, stressed out, numbed out, and that can be utterly exhausting. But I promise to be stronger than our ailments and to put you above myself no matter who is sick, how bad, or how often. You've heard that it was said, to love and to cherish. But I say these are two words that hold so much meaning we are only beginning to understand it. But today I take this to mean that I will love you in ways that you receive, that you feel, through physical touch and words of encouragement. I will be romantic and make you feel like you're the only woman in the world. I will never take you for granted or fall into a rut where you drop to the level of a coworker. I will be jealous for you. as long as we both shall live, to this I pledge myself, truly with all my heart. Too long didn't read, to become one, bitch.
10 years ago today, to the hour, when we married, I explicitly told you that I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I said that I was marrying you because I liked you more than I liked anyone else, and that's still true. But we've learned some of the mechanics that will oil the machine of our marriage and keep it running smoothly forever. Some days being married has meant that I can call you to run an errand for me. Sometimes it means hurting each other, missing your bids for my affection, and also dropping my pride to apologize to you. Ted, you are my favorite human. My favorite part of every day is when you come home to me. You bring all of the different versions of me together and polish me until I'm the shiniest version of myself that I could be. You make my best smiles and you catalog all of my different laughs. I love when you make me laugh, and I love making you laugh even more. These 10 years have been better and worse than either of us could have ever known. 10 years of the quotidian, 10 years of where's my wallet, please close the drawers, stay off my side of the bed. 10 extraordinarily ordinary years of the patient banal work that girds the happy in our married life. It's not easy, nor always fun, but it is always a relief that it's you. It's a relief that it's you I shove to stop the snoring in our bed. It's you I see in our boys. And it's you who they see as the epitome of what it means to be a good man. I still don't know how to articulate what love means, but I know I love you, whether you're growly bear or teddy bear. I love you. Those words grow stronger, deeper, happier, and sometimes harder to say every day. And I only have one regret. Houston. We've run an actual marathon side by side. We've agreed to cheer for the same football teams so we don't have a house divided. We've made 2 boys. We've moved across the country twice and around the block once. We've kept that beta fish alive for 5 years, and we still like each other more often than not. Thanks for not minding too much when we try to kiss and miss each other's faces. Thanks for actually filling every requirement on the husband list I wrote in middle school youth group. You've loved me at my worst, at my bossiest, at my most panic and depressed. And because of that, all of my best years to come will be yours. It's okay that you don't like my morning face, because you still love me no matter what. Heart of my heart, there is no one but you, Ted. You're my BFF, my ride or die, the iron to my iron, and the one who repeats my jokes loud enough so everyone else can hear. We'll dance party till death do us part.
I, Ted, take you, Caitie, however and wherever you are. I promise to do one thing each day to show you that I adore you, to stay curious about who you are and who you are becoming, to always say goodnight, I love you, before I fall asleep, to be vulnerable with you over and over again, to forgive you for all of the little ways you're unintentionally rough and ungentle toward me. I promise to fight off the numbness that comes as the days go by, so I can keep my heart tender toward you as to become one. To protect your vulnerability and to try to say I'm sorry first when I don't. To keep asking you what until I hear what you're saying. To always fight my way back to being in love with you and to never give up hope that the feelings of the moment aren't forever. I do, I did, I always will.
Hi, Caitie. Take you, Ted, however and wherever you are. I promise to do one thing each and every day to show you that I adore you. To stay curious about who you are and who you're becoming. To always say goodnight, I love you, before I fall asleep. To be vulnerable with you over and over again. To forgive you for all of the little ways you're unintentionally rough and ungentle toward me. I promise to fight off the numbness that comes as the days go by, so I can keep my heart tender towards you as two become one. To protect your vulnerability, to try to say I'm sorry first when I don't. To accept your help when offered without all of my reservations. To always fight my way back to being in love with you, and to never give up hope that the feelings of the moment aren't forever. I do, I did, I always will.